Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone fucking TV. Right, I have just about a fucking gutful, really have, of this fucking club. What is going on? Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video, and if you want to come on the show tonight, you can. Jay and Lucas will be along shortly. But I'm fucking seething with that, absolute seething. I do not understand what Graham Potter is trying to do in that first half. Right, someone please tell me, please. Right, for the love of God, Christ, fucking anything remote in fucking religion, right? Someone tell me what that was all about. Because I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't. And I do not understand it. And I have watched football like yous have all watched football. And what the fuck was that? 17 days. No game. And then we come out and we're playing Luis Guilherme. We're playing a midfield that doesn't exist. Come on. This is fucking shit. And I am worried about Potter now. I'm not even going to lie. I'm worried. I'm concerned. And people say, wait till he gets his players. Fucking hell. This is not good. This is not good. Right. I seriously can't believe that first half performance. I really can't. And it makes no sense. It really just doesn't make no sense. Like, I'm going to start off at the beginning. Yeah, as I always do on here. Yeah. And we come out the traps and we're all right for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we look good. Then after that, we fell apart. Fell apart. The midfield of Wolves with Gomez and Andre run the show for them. Yeah, run the show. And they just went straight through the middle of us all the time. Yeah. Their goal is a shambles of a goal. Our defending is shocking. I'm going to be straight. Our defending is absolutely shit. I can't work it out. And then I look at players around and it's just like Evan Ferguson. I called for him to start. He starts. He has a half chance-ish. Fucks it up. Gone. Yeah, that's that one out the window. Do you know what I mean? The Luis Guilherme one. We haven't even integrated this geezer into the side. The last time he come on the pitch for West Ham United was against Chelsea, which was months ago. And honestly, I'm lost for words tonight. I really am. Yeah. There's trying to set up in a sort of pragmatic way, but to go with it was like attack one side, defence the other, and then no midfield. It was like Bagel FC. Do you know what I mean? It was just shit. It was just shit. And I I I am worried about Potter because I think this man could be a stubborn bastard. Yeah, and he could be like another Lopetegui 2.0, but we will get to that later on. Let's get this man in. Jay, talk to me, son. What is going on with that?
That was shit, wasn't it? That was so bad. I don't really know where to start, to be honest, mate. Like, I just thought everyone was poor. I didn't think there was a single good performance on the pitch. I didn't think we were capable of creating anything. We can talk lineups. We can go through like all of who played where and what happened.
Can I ask you a question? Because you're the one, you're the geezer with the intelligence on this fucking channel, right? And I do class you as an intelligent guy because you're more intelligent than fucking me, right? I'm going to say this. Can you explain to me how Luis Guilherme, Ward-Prowse and Paqueta as a midfield and Mavropanos are all starting tonight? Please.
I don't get that. So the Mavropanos one, I don't get. Like, I really don't. I've got nothing positive to say about the choice of Mavropanos. Maybe something has happened behind the scenes. Maybe he has got a knock. Like, I don't know. And if he has, then it ain't good, is it? Because he struggles to stay fit at the best of times. I don't really understand that decision personally. The Ward-Prowse and Paqueta thing, it did concern me from the start. I got what he was kind of trying to do, but it was always going to get run through. We lost every midfield battle, like the whole way through the game. We lost every single midfield battle, and was always going to happen. I thought we looked a lot more solid when Alvarez come on. I did say before the game, I thought we should have started Alvarez alongside somebody because we were going to lose that physical battle, and we did. Guilherme, I kind of felt for a little bit, like the kid's making his debut. Same with Evan Ferguson. I thought the front three were just all completely lost in that first half. I thought they were completely lost. I didn't really understand. Bowen was super wide. Guilherme was hanging out wide. Then Guilherme switched with Ferguson for a bit. And there was just so much space. and no one was operating in the spaces that we needed them to be operating. And that, lo and behold, the same old issue as normal, where you ended up half the game with Wan-Bissaka and Bowen, like when we went forward trying to do the same thing. So it was just wrong all over the pitch, mate. To be honest, there wasn't really any positives whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm gonna let Sir Daddy come and have his say, and Adam's waiting, so I want to get these boys on. So, Daddy, go, mate. Go on.
I'm not surprised. I expected it with the lineup. When you play Ward-Prowse as your only actual midfield, we get run through midfield, do not pass, but they go right through our midfield. Like I'm sorry, 80% of these, 95% of our players are useless. What do they even do? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is on part of tonight, and I don't give a
No,
fuck.
I do agree with that,
Yeah.
but just in general, with some of these players we have, what can you do? Like Mavropanos, useless. Like other players are just useless.
Yeah, but
Like,
if you know, hold on. But if you know your defense is shit, you go with a midfield that's solid. Where's
yeah,
the
I
midfield
agree.
tonight?
I agree. No, it is on Potter. Anyone with a brain could look at that lineup and see the issues. No midfield, weak defense, and the attack. Sorry, Evan Ferguson. Just ship him back to Brighton now. Fucking useless. Ship him back to Brighton. I'm sorry. You can't get more useless than him.
I don't know, mate. So, Daddy, I've got so many people want to come on. Listen, give me your best and worst player tonight.
Best player. I don't think there was any. A worst player. They were all bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Sir Daddy, mate. Take it easy, mate. All the best to you, yeah? Lucas, what are you saying about that, mate? Because I know me and you are going to clash on this one. I know. That's why I'm ready. Right? I'm getting prepared.
I'm ready to referee it. It's going to be good.
Right. So
there's not really much to say about that.
Explain to me.
That was genuinely one of the most grueling
yeah.
matches I think I've watched in some time.
Explain it to me, mate. Explain to me the lineup. Explain to me why we've got no fucking midfield when we're supposed to be shit at defending.
Well, first off, the lineup. People wanted experiments, and they got a science project. Went volatile.
I'm telling you that.
Again, he experimented. People wanted it. They got it. I was not a fan of the lineup personally. I literally tweeted a GIF of Key from Key and Peele sweating because that's literally how I felt looking at the lineup. Even people saying on paper it looks class. Ugh, more like ass. Sorry.
Fucking it's class, mate.
But again, everything starts and stops with the midfield, in my opinion. And you're asking for a disaster if you want to play a two-man midfield of Lucas Paqueta and James Ward-Prowse. And that is the answer why our back line, in my opinion, looks shit. Or today it did. And that will always be my reasoning. But I don't know. The only thing I can really say about that is we experimented. It failed miserably. And I don't really feel either way about the match. Am I disappointed in the way we played? Yeah, but it's not going to ruin my week.
Well, I've got to disagree, mate. I've got to disagree. 17 days. Yeah. And you're telling me, and I'm going to say to anyone.
I don't know why he did it.
No, but I'm just going to say this, quite calmly tonight, because I'm fuming on this one. 17 days and he comes out with a midfield like that. That is taking the piss out of us. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about Potter. That is taking the literally piss. Yeah, we are away from home. Luis Guilherme has not played a game since Chelsea. And then you just chuck him in and throw him to the wolves, literally. You've just literally thrown him to the fucking wolves, right? I feel sorry for that.
I really
people
do. Wanted it. Like,
yeah, but there's wanting something.
People have been crying and begging for this man.
Yeah, but you don't go from one extreme to the other, though, bruv. You don't go from
Wolves away. That's the test. That's the barometer.
No, bruv.
Wolves
Listen,
away.
I've got to say this. Yeah. If you're going to integrate him in, you bring him on for 10, 15 minutes and integrate him into the side.
People weren't happy with that. People are not happy with that. People don't want that.
Well,
Jay, am I wrong? Jay,
no, I'm with you,
People have been
Lucas, because
begging for this kid to start.
people have been desperate, like for Guilherme to start. And you look at the left wing situation that we've got there. He played a flat front three. Who are you going to play there? First choice, either Somerville or Kudus, both not available. And then it's either Guilherme, who's a winger, or it's Soler, who is not a winger. So you give Guilherme a chance.
What better match against a better opponent than Wolves away? Wolves are absolutely shit.
Well, what the fuck? If they're shit, then we must be.
We are also shit.
And again, I'm not one to like say I'm right, you're wrong, I'm wrong. But what I just said, you cannot build a more perfect scenario for Luis Guilherme to start and shine, have a chance.
Listen,
what other better time is there going to be?
Yeah, but
Wolves
you
at
fucking
home?
don't play him. You don't play him for 5 minutes against Chelsea, not play him ever again, have an international break, and then go, oh, here you go, Lewis. Fucking, let's go to the Black Country, and I'll give you a game.
It's
all right.
They're shocking. They're absolutely shit.
Let's have some amnesty here. Raise your hand on the panel if you had money on Luis Guilherme to score tonight.
I did. Sadly.
So there you go.
So there you go.
Could that be clouding any judgment?
Mate, I feel for the kid tonight. I really do. I feel for him because obviously we want to see the youth players come in, but there's bringing them in at the right times. I don't think it's the fucking right time, mate.
I feel bad for him that he didn't have a good match. I don't feel bad that he didn't take his chance because he literally did not.
Yeah, like I'm not being funny. Like, I see someone saying, "Oh, get off his back." I'm not on his back. I'm just saying I feel sorry for the kid. Right, but I think the whole problem was the starting 11 from the start. Like the midfield just makes no sense. Like who's going to win the ball back in midfield?
To others, it did.
It's just mental, isn't it?
That says everything you need to know.
And like, do you know what I'm saying? And listen, I would like people to look at that team starting 11. It was so wrong. He made 3 subs. Like. This is Potter fucking up in that first half there. And the problem is, if this was a short turnaround and this game was like a 4-day turnaround or something, I'd go, all right, I'll let it go. The fucker's had 17 days, lads. 17 days to sort this out. And he pulls that out of his ass.
One variable, and again, it's not an excuse for me, but for all we know, some of these guys that didn't start, who knows if they were battling this, that, or the third. But for me, again, I don't really care enough to make an excuse. But again, I don't really know what was going on with that. But I just have to say, like, people were literally clamoring for this type of lineup. And there's people that were saying that if the season's dead, why don't we try experimenting? Why don't we try doing something? Look, that's literally what we did today. And people are still moaning.
Yeah, but before I let Adam come in, because I know Adam was desperately waiting to have his say, I get an experiment, but there's experimenting. And then there's just throwing it all away. Like, I'm not being funny enough. I think if that was a Julian Lopetegui team picked tonight, people would want to be smashing their face off the floor. Honestly, they would. Like, they'd be going, well, where's the midfield? Right? It just didn't make no sense. Yeah? And listen, we're not football scouts. We're not football experts. We're football supporters. And we all can't be fucking wrong. Surely not. Like, we're all not wrong here when we say that midfield wasn't right. And he knew it wasn't right because he subbed 3 of them off at half time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the problem that I've got with Potter a little bit, is that he's a bit twixt in between. Like, do you know what I mean? He can't get it, like, he either over defenses it or over attacks it, and he can't get the balance right at the minute. Fuck knows. I don't know.
It's not his team, which is a big thing in my opinion.
True, but it is his team for now, and he's got to perform with it now. Do you know what I'm saying? Adam, what you saying, mate?
Look, first off, Lucas, I'm a big fan of yours, man. I think you bring lots to the channel.
I know where this is going.
Cook him, cook the bastard.
You know exactly where I'm going with this.
It's all love.
Lucas, what you want, mate? Seriously, what are you on? Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't mean it as an insult, right? Honestly, you got a cop's hat on. Which, honestly, the team should be fucking arrested for that performance. It was like shocking. I don't know. Honestly, if people want to go around, I get what you're saying, that we should have experimented, nothing to play for. I totally get it. But how about this? How about you take Cresswell off, and how about he stops holding Ollie Scarl's hand and says, "I'm going to help you out here." Why do we put Alvarez on and then Guilherme on the right? Because Ferguson, I thought, was shocking.
Yeah,
but,
he was
40 million from Brighton. I would have rather had Bowen up front. I know Bowen doesn't get, he's not happy with that position.
Right.
But I would have rather seen that, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I don't think Cresswell needs to hold Ollie Scar's hand anymore.
There's got to be an explanation as to why. This is the thing I think we can all agree on. There has to be some sort of explanation, something we don't know why this lineup came out.
Yeah, but this lineup, the lineup just doesn't make no sense. Honestly, I feel like looking in that mirror and like speaking to it, and it fucking talks back to me. Do you know what I mean? I can't. Honestly, I want someone to Adam, please. Right? No, I've got to put his fucking phone down. Right. Explain to me, Adam, that midfield, please.
There is no explanation. What you said was spot on. It's like, I don't know. It's like maybe you helping out for a day centre for about a day, and then they actually give you a job, even though you've done such a mediocre thing of it. Guilherme's come on for 5 minutes at Chelsea, 10 minutes maybe. You don't just throw the geezer on. You build him up slowly, build the confidence each game by game. And I know what you're saying, Lucas. Wolves, yeah, I agree with you. Maybe a game like that, maybe that's a game you do go for. But it's still such a big leap from just dipping your toe into the water and then just making a full-on dive.
Completely agree.
And it's one of those things where, look, I agree, Wolves were shit, but what does that make us? Abysmal.
Yeah.
There's so much dead wood there. Souček missing the easiest of chances. Bowen setting up literally a lovely pass for Ferguson on a silver platter. There's some of these players that are simply not good enough. You know, Paqueta still wants that move to Man City. I still hear. Go for it. This is going to be gone. Go for it. Yeah. There you go. What's
I agree with Kay. We had
West
possession.
Ham have still done really well. They've got about over 60% possession. Well, that's great, mate. Let's still not get us a bloody goal.
Yeah.
I want to just rebuttal really quick to that, because I also really want Luis Guilherme to succeed. I really do. I just feel, and I don't totally disagree with both your points that he needs to be built up. But you've got people, one, that are clamoring for the guy to start. Two, clamoring that, he's been so good in training, blah blah blah, this, that, and that.
Yeah, but these are fanboys though, Lucas. Come on, bruv. You know better than this. These are twerkers. Right? I'll call them the ex-twerkers. Right? They are twerking. Oh, we've got to see him. We've got to see the glamour fucking signing. The issue I've got tonight is that you chuck him in, you don't even build him up with no midfield, no protection around him.
What building up? It's vague to me. Like, nobody wants to see him continuously get 5-10 minute cameos, right? You want to see that kind of progress a bit, but we haven't really been. I don't know. There's something behind it, and he got his shot today. And again, I can meet in the middle somehow, and we can have some middle ground. That okay, maybe it wasn't fair on him, I guess, but there's, in my opinion, Wolves away, 2 shit sides, 2 shit defenses, or not defenses, but just 2 shit sides. What other better chances are going to be for him to prove himself?
So this is what I would say to that. So this is what I would have done. I know what you're saying.
Guilherme, I love you, by the way, if you're listening. I love you, kid.
And the lad has got potential. When he's come on with pace,
Agreed.
He has looked excited at times. Would you have rather have done this, though? For example, we got Bournemouth, Liverpool coming up. I would have given him given him half an hour.
It's not that.
Then we got Southampton on the 19th at home. That's when I would debut him for his full game.
Yeah, but I haven't got a problem with not playing the geezer. That's not my problem. What my problem is you've got a midfield 2 of Lucas Paqueta, who's the most undisciplined fucking player
and by the way,
on the planet, and James Ward-Prowse, who can't do it all and wasn't great tonight.
I've got to say this as well, by the way. Lucas Paqueta, and Fever, I've been saying this for a very, very long time.
I know what you're going to say.
This guy, the almost American came out, man. I almost called him dude. This dude. This man, literally cannot play as the number 8 in a West Ham United kit. He cannot. He is incapable of playing as an 8. And again, it comes no shock, and it is the most West Ham thing ever. His best cameos, his best performances always come out on the left-hand side. It makes 0 sense. I don't know why this guy literally cannot play in the 8 in any facet. 2-man midfield, 3-man midfield. He really can't play in the 10 either. But you know what? He can play out wide on the left. He's pretty good over there. Makes zero sense.
I just want to say this before I let Adam have his final say. Yeah, smash a like on the video. Everyone in the chat goes a long way. Like, if we can't
New movie in production, dude. Where's my midfielder? Adam Kutcher, Lucas Paqueta, Starcast.
Oh man, that's tickled me. That's right. I'm trying to be professional there, but obviously you fucked me up, dude. Where's my midfielder? Coming soon on E20 Zone TV. Hit the like button and subscribe to the fucking channel.
Jay,
Goes a
you're
long
gonna have
way.
to play Lucas Paqueta.
I'm gonna get to Jay in a minute. Adam, who was the worst player for you tonight, mate? Before I let you go.
Oh, Jesus. I
That's
don't
like
know.
asking which one of us is the most unhappiest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it really is.
I may sound all right, but I may sound all right, but deep down, I am hurting. I just had to watch all that.
I know. I'm laughing on the outside. I'm crying on the inside. All I want to do is now watch is where's my midfielder. That's what. I don't know. Honestly, mate, I don't think there was one that was. I think they were all just crap. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
They
think
were all
one person that I've had my arm for a while is Mavropanos. I just think he's terrible. I really do.
I don't
really
blame
want
him.
him. I want him out, man. And it's such a big rebuild. The amount of honestly, when it's the 25th of May, I'll be celebrating. I really will be.
I'll be there with you.
Cannot wait.
Fair enough, mate. Right, Adam, I'll let you go. Take it easy,
Thanks,
mate.
Adam.
All the best.
Take it easy, guys.
Cheers, man.
That's been Adam. Jay, anything that you want to add on to what's been said, mate?
I just want to. There's an interesting point that came out of that is where we were saying we need to stop babysitting. We need to stop Cresswell from babysitting Ollie Scarles. We need to throw him in the deep end. But at the same time, how dare we throw Luis Guilherme in the deep end?
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to say, like, whatever Graham Potter does from now towards the end of the season, he's not going to keep everyone happy. Like, there's going to be areas of the fan base that will find a fault with everything.
But
I can't believe like we're having the conversation. Like, we're like, it was I'm with Lucas 100% on this. It's the perfect opportunity to give a youngster his chance when he probably deserved his chance. But at the same time, we can't have double standards and say, no, throw this night.
Real quick,
one's 19 and the other one's 19. What? We can't say throw this one in, but don't throw the other one in. Like,
and very quickly, what is the difference between Southampton away and Wolves away? There is none.
There is a difference here because he's had 17 fucking days to sort this out. And you telling me that that's the team lineup that he comes out with. Because if that is the case, we've got a major problem here.
Again,
because he's got no idea what the fuck he's trying to do.
We're a bit different. We're all a bit in the middle of all this, but we would be naive to say that there's people that did not want this experiment or this lineup to go down today, because I have seen a lot of people that, just like me, have packed the season in. Everyone thinks there's really nothing to play for, which I think is true, and they want to see some experimenting. That's all well and good, but
there's experimenting, Lucas, and then there's literally handing the games to the people.
I'm not going to say no one's happy with that performance, but there are going to be people that look back and you're like, well, I'm happy we done that, so we never see that again. I'm not really with all that personally. Like for me. Like I said at the beginning when I got here, I looked at the lineup. A lot of people were like, oh, this is different. This looks class. I looked at it and I said, that's ass.
I think this excuse, and I'm going to say it, this excuse that, it's a fucking, the season's a write-off is wrong. It's wrong. Because if this was the other way round and Lopetegui would have been here, every fucking person in the chat and everyone out there in the world would be going berserk. They would be going berserk and saying, well, what is that midfield all about? Yeah. Listen, Potter is here. Yeah. I've got nothing against the geezer. It's not I'm saying I want him out the door or anything, but that's a failure tonight. That's a failure. So let's just own it and say, this is on Potter tonight before any other fucking player gets the grief. I see people saying about Guilherme. I see people saying about fucking Ferguson. Potter picked this side and he's got no midfield. So this is on Potter at the end of the day, gents. I'm sorry.
Pick the players.
Yeah, can I just say, like, because on that, like, Potter hasn't picked this lineup just out of thin air. Like, he's obviously seeing something in training. He's obviously worked on this over 2 weeks. Yeah. There's blatantly a reason. So you look at where we've had issues this season. we were so vulnerable on the counter attack. We've not been that vulnerable on the counter attack under Potter because of the back three. So he's obviously trying to get a bit more creativity in midfield. I'm not saying I thought it was the right thing to do because as I've said, I thought we should have started Alvarez personally. But he's obviously tried to go a little bit more expansive in centre midfield because we can't create anything. And tonight was no exception. We have nobody who's capable of creating a chance.
That was the experiment. Two-man midfield, Ward-Prowse, Paqueta.
Right. There's a few things I need to say. First thing, number one, why is Thomas Souček not playing?
There's got to be a reason, unbeknownst to people.
Right.
Again, there's a big section of the fan base that says he's not good enough to start.
Again, people were so excited that Souček wasn't playing.
Right. First thing, Thomas Souček not starting. Don't understand that one. He scored the last game. If he's fit, he's on the bench. He should be playing. Right. That's that. Where the fuck is Tadiba?
The man can barely play 90 minutes anyway, so I don't know.
I understand the Kudus ones. I think Kudus picked up an injury. Yeah, I think X come out of it and said it. Yeah, but where is John Clare Tadibo? He's sitting on the bench, and we've got Mavropanos, Cresswell, and Kilman. Like that, it just doesn't. Tonight, it baffles the life out of me because it just doesn't make no sense. Right? It just feels like that's a makeshift side that he's just chucked out there and hope for the best. And for 17 days with a midfield, and let's have it right. We've got a pretty fit squad at the minute. Right, this is the sort of fittest squad that we've had all season, and he goes with that. It just doesn't. It feels wrong to me.
The thing is, James, we may have a pretty fit squad, but it's shit. Like we're just not very good at football. And like you look at our centre midfield options, they're just not very good. And we're playing in a system that the squad is not suited for. Like I know that it's a crap midfield, but you pick another two players and they're going to be shit as well. Like, which is why I think Lucas and I are just looking at this like. Let's just not expect anything for the rest of the season. We're not going down. We're not getting any higher. We're not very good. Let's just, for our own mental well-being, write the fucking season off and just enjoy what we can.
But I get that side of it because you're looking at it from a sort of it's a carefree season. Whatever happens. Yeah, I understand your side of the coin, but on the other side of the coin, the way I'm looking at this is if he's got players there and he's playing players out of position, and he's doing this now. What the fuck is he going to be like next year with his own players? Right, and that's the concern I've got. Where he's just is he going to be experimenting in fucking games?
I would hope him and Macaulay don't buy players out of position. That'd be dreadful.
I was going to say.
Well, but AD lads here.
Oh, this guy, yes.
One more thing before I let the boy jump in. People, you said it, and I've seen other people in the chat say it. We've got nothing to play for, and then they rebuttal with play for the fans, play for the supporters. In my opinion, no matter what, I think they are. But that still just really doesn't equate to anything. Like the season's still dead.
Right. Well, I disagree. But AD, what you saying, mate?
Hi guys. First of all, I just thought the first half was honestly embarrassing. I thought the first half was really poor. I think just in terms of showing fight, we didn't show any fight. We constantly kept getting outrun in midfield. There's no doubt about it that the first half team selection was awful. I think Potter got it completely wrong. Because they just completely killed our midfield. You cannot play a midfield of James Ward-Prowse and Paqueta. It's like going into a lion's den, basically, and inviting pressure. And they killed us. They were just playing beautiful tiki-taka in between us. And they deserved to go 1-0 up. I thought second half we looked much better. We looked much more solid. And as I mentioned, I think Nicholas Fulkrug makes a huge difference to us. And for me, I'm hearing talks that we might look to sell him this summer. If we are, then I think we should just shut down because I think he's going to become really important for us next season. But overall thoughts on the game, I just think, honestly, it was a disappointing performance overall. Much better in the second half, but really, to be honest, I think Potter got it wrong, especially in the first half. When I look at this, I look at this game in isolation, which means I look at it the way we played today. I just thought it was not good enough. But when I look at it in terms of a big picture, it really doesn't matter to me because this season is whatever in my case.
I understand the season is whatever, but tell that to the 4,000 away fans who are there. Because I keep hearing this shit all the time. Oh, the season's dead. Season's dead, James. Fuck the season, it's dead. So what do we all do? Just jack it in? Just go, you know what? Oh, that's it. Season's done. We'll wait till the summer. Have a fucking cognac and a fucking cigar, right? I can't keep hearing this shit. What I keep hearing, and it's excuses.
That's what.
That's
Yeah,
what
sorry,
it is.
sorry.
It's,
Yeah, sorry to cut
AD,
you off.
listen,
Yeah.
like you said it to me after the Everton game, right? That Potter got it right, got it wrong, and all that. Tonight, Graham Potter got it fucking completely wrong. From start to finish, yeah, he got it completely wrong. This is a man who had to change it at half time with 3 substitutions because he had fucked up, right? This is, I don't get this. I really don't. 17
I
days.
I think we need to find the right balance, because we say that he needs to experiment. We want to see new things, and he tried to do that today, and it didn't work at all. So
yeah, but there's trying new
when
things.
we don't experiment, when he plays a solid
but-
structure, we say that oh look, we're too
Right.
defensive. So we can't have it two ways, right?
Right.
It's either we experiment or we don't, and we are happy that we might get beaten up, but we can't, for example, be in a tight block, not concede goals, look solid defensively, but then say attackingly we don't look. We can't have everything all at once. We have to remember that.
Yeah, but AD,
So, in terms
you
of-
are saying to this man right now, right? You're basically saying, right? Oh, well, you can't have it both ways. I understand that, but let's have it right here. Our midfield's been shit all season. We've not had a good midfield all season, and if that is any other manager, every person is going fucking berserk. Absolutely mental. What is that midfield about? We're going to get cut open. I'm not a football fucking expert, but even this fat prick can fucking see it with the fucking with the fucking firecrackers going off. Honestly, I can't keep hearing this shit. Honestly, it's driving me mental. Right? No disrespect to anyone, but this is wrong. This is complete and utter wrong. He's completely fucked it tonight, right? And you're telling me we've got Souček, Alvarez, Soler on the bench, and he goes with fucking Ward-Prowse and Paqueta, 2 people who are so undisciplined. It is unreal.
We were the first ones digging out Alvarez and digging out Souček when we played Everton. So I saw this coming, to be honest, because I know the midfield is rubbish. Whoever we play, they're not good enough. Whether it's James Ward-Prowse was Nottingham Forest's first 4th choice midfielder, and he's come here and he's become our main midfielder, which is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for a club like West Ham to have, which tells you everything about how poor our recruitment was in the summer. And I keep going back to that, and people can keep saying, oh, it's just it's excuses, whatever. But Lopetegui failed with the same midfield, and he was the one who approved this midfield, which tells you everything about how incompetent he was and Steiden was, and our summer transfer window was an embarrassment. I look at Areola as a goalkeeper, and he's not good enough on the ball to play as a full-time goalkeeper. He's constantly making mistakes on the ball. I look at the defense, and we do have some incapabilities in the defense as well. And then I look at the midfield, and I see so many problems with the midfield. In terms of the attack, I see that we have Jared Bowen, who's our only competent attacker, and then the others are injury prone. So we have problems all over, and we need. And I know fans might not like this answer, but we need time to really get this team going. And I understand that today, for example, we should have shown more fight, and I completely agree with that. But we can't, for example, look at games in isolation, because the problem is much deeper rooted, which comes from the summer, which comes from the transfer windows, and this has been coming for a long time. By the way, this is a culmination of 3-4 bad transfer windows that we've had.
2 sets of players from 2 different sets of managers as well.
I'm sorry. All I'm hearing is excuses. That's all it is. That's all I'm hearing is it's that. We wait till the summer. If that's Lopetegui, everyone's going berserk. So why is no one looking at Potter?
Because he got us in this situation.
Yeah, I understand that, but Potter's here, and
that answers the question for you about Jack in the season. The season was fucked. First off, the moment he came in. Secondly, it was truly fucked when we sacked him. As soon as you sack him, right. I don't know what expectations Potter's.
It's not about expectations. It's about pride and performance.
That's what it sounds like.
So every time West Ham play, right, is this what we're going to say? Oh, fuck it. It doesn't matter. If we lose 4-0, it don't matter. We wait till the summer.
James, what do you want? What is your expectation then in terms of?
My expectation is to have a midfield that can actually fucking control a midfield. And that midfield
players are not good enough. These players are not good enough to do that. Yeah, so what do you do then?
But what it is, I agree with what Adam said earlier on, right? You've got to take Cresswell out the equation because that's a dead player in there.
Not the answer,
right?
though. Whatever answer you give us, It's not the overall answer because this guy does not have his players.
You can't keep saying that the defense is improved, right? And I keep hearing this shit. The defense is improved, and then we keep conceding goals, right? Because that doesn't make no sense,
It
right?
does. It does.
Why is Tadibo not playing? Right? That just doesn't make no sense either. He's on the bench, so he must be fit, right? He's not injured, so he must be fit. It feels like to me tonight that he went out there and it feels like he just put all the names in a fucking hat and pulled out whoever he did, and that's it. Like it was dead from the start, right? First 10 minutes we was good. After that, they completely outplayed us. And something Alfie did. Shout out to West Ham Live 5, yeah. He turned around and said it was like fucking like with us not having with them not having Cunha in the side, right? We've just lost to a Wolves side without Cunha. That's embarrassing, lads. I'm sorry.
It is, but that
And all I'm
is
hearing is excuses.
No, that is the current state of our players and what we have right now. As much critique and criticism as you're giving, you just have got to accept the fact our midfield and every single one of our options, bar Souček, is shit. We can't control the midfield. We can't do this, that, or the third. We don't have the answer this season. We're gonna have to wait till the summer. That's just how it is.
The Bowling Lounge. Serious question. When people say what your expectations, what the fuck is expectations after a performance and a result like that? I agree with Jeff there. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
nobody's expecting anything this season. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not looking at the performances and expecting us to turn up like prime Manchester City. I just know I can see the issues, and I know that the issues are not going to disappear in 2 weeks of training or 3 weeks of training. It's going to disappear once we get the players who are good enough for the team. That's when they're going to. You cannot expect Potter to come in and transform this team, which defensively we have transformed and we have looked much better, whether you like to admit it or not.
AD, is that midfield acceptable, yes or no?
Absolutely not. Nowhere
right,
near.
So he got it wrong tonight. So just own it and say
what combination would be right though? That's the point. What combination would you have done?
Yeah,
right.
Could you answer it?
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, gentlemen. Yeah, because we can all go and say about hindsight. But that midfield tonight was completely wrong.
Souček, Alvarez. Even that at our strongest is shit. It's shit.
Do you know what the problem is?
Can't control a midfield either.
And I say it all the fucking time, yeah. And this is why I fucking hate it. Is this system that he's trying to play does not work. It does not work.
We don't have the players good enough to play Potter ball. We don't.
James, if I may, I think the thing is you're listing out the problems, but you're not really giving us any solutions to the problems. We all know what the problems are. You keep coming up with the problems, but what is the solution?
I can give you the solution straight away right now. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. You said Evan Ferguson was a solution. How was he today?
Hold on. Evan Ferguson, that's his first start. Right? So what we expect him to turn into fucking prime fucking Wayne Rooney or something all of a sudden, right?
He's had a few.
Right.
He hasn't shown anything.
The thing is, the second half, when Potter, hold on, let me land, brother. Right? I know you're excited. Right. In the second fucking half, we go 4-2-3-1. And then we look a lot better. Right? We're pushing Wolves back, we're trying to have a go. So why are we going 4-2-3-1 when their backs are firmly against the fucking wall when we should be starting off like this in the first place? The reason is because Graham Potter sets up in a defensive stance. I don't like this system. It just doesn't benefit us in any way because we can't control the ball. We can't move the ball fast enough through the lines. And it just... We're just not that good in this system at all, right? So he has to change in the second half.
With that midfield, our midfield, no matter what formation you play, is so shit.
Yeah, but what it is what I'm hearing tonight, and I'm hearing this. It's like, oh yeah, well, any midfield shit, we lost the game. No. But if that's Lopetegui doing that, you're going fucking berserk, mate.
Because he made the midfield.
This is the thing, right? So I've been sitting here listening to all the points. Like, I'm glad you're not buying the excuses, James, because we're not fucking selling them. Like, this is just reality.
Yes. And this is the thing, real quick.
I'm skint now, Jay, because of you. But
I just want to know. This is the point.
I just want to add one small thing in between. I think two things can be right. I think Potter got the team wrong today at the start, and the midfield is not good enough. It doesn't have to be one extreme that we keep going to.
Yes.
Potter didn't start the right midfield. I agree. I looked at James Ward-Prowse and Paqueta and thought, man, we're going to get killed in midfield. And we got killed in midfield, which I agree. Potter didn't start the right team and didn't have the right team tactically. But that doesn't mean that the midfield is all of a sudden good enough, or any sort of combination of midfielders are good enough. Both things can be right.
The problem is, I got this here, yeah, from Bazza, and Bazza comes on and says we're creaming about that performance against Arsenal. Let's have it right. Let's not lie to ourselves, please, right? Because I'm fed up with, on YouTube with these fuckers lying to us, right? We scored against Arsenal just before half time. We scored at the perfect time. Yeah, we come out second half. One thing with this club, we know how to do a low block, right? Because we're not stupid, right? We know how to do a low block, and then they have a man sent off, right? And then we managed the game in-house, and we've done a good job of it, right? And Arsenal had no attack. Remember that, yeah? So let's not say about this system. This system does not work. We've had 3 fucking wins under Potter, yeah? One against Arsenal, one against a shit Leicester City side, and one where we just got over the line against Fulham, right? And tonight, I expected West Ham to go to Wolves and be better than they was tonight, and they wasn't. And you've got to accept it that he got it wrong tonight. And people keep going, well, wait till the fucking summer. Wait. Mate,
why can't we accept the formation doesn't work because Potter does not have his players and he's carrying 2 managers worth of players that aren't his? What more can he do?
Because he's got to work with the best quality that he's got. And if you're telling me that starting 11 is the best quality that he's got, we have got a major problem.
Yeah, we do have a major problem.
No, I'm sorry, Lucas. I can't buy that one.
What's your perfect team then, James? What's a team that?
Well, I'm not being funny enough. Right, Cresswell, yeah, in a back 3, or Todibo. That's a start straight away.
But was Cresswell the problem tonight? I don't think.
No, we don't know why Todibo didn't play.
The problem you've got is right. The problem you've got is with tonight is basically that midfield was shit, right? And we've had a problem with midfield all season. Yeah. So if you're going down that route, are you telling me that the best midfield he can find is Ward-Prowse and Paqueta? Paqueta's a man who's going through a court case currently right now. I don't think it's the right to even be playing this geezer, right? He's got to play for us. Yeah, he's playing for them fans who travelled there today. Do you know what I'm saying? And I agree with that comment. That's comment at the fucking night from William Ryan. Fucking thank fuck. Right? The problem is we had no balance. We've got no balance.
But this is the thing. We are not going to find the answer to balance until the summer because our midfield currently, who are contracted to us, are absolute shit.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I keep saying we cannot play beautiful football all round. There will be holes that you will find. If we play, for example, if we play James Ward-Prowse and Paqueta today, there will be holes defensively. If we play Souček and Alvarez, we might look good defensively, but we might not look good attackingly. We just don't have the balance of players to create a perfect team. I know you're emotional, James, and we all are.
It's not being emotional, AD, yeah, but there's a lot of issues here, right? I'm not against Lewis Guilherme playing tonight. But to chuck him in all of a sudden and not even build him up to it is a bit strange to me. That makes no sense. The last game the last game he played was Chelsea away for 5 minutes, and then we haven't seen him since. And he chucks him in tonight, which is baffling. And then you've got a midfield that doesn't really exist. And then it felt wrong. Like for me tonight, it felt wrong. And that's where I draw the line with it. I think Potter massively fucked up.
Can I just say, though, again, to draw the comparison with Ollie Scholes, cast your mind back to January in the FA Cup. He had just joined and he threw Ollie Scholes in out of nowhere and he got a start. And we were all delighted and Ollie Scholes dropped a worldly performance and he got man of the match. On the flip side of it, if Lewis Guilherme played well, we'd be sitting here going, what a genius stroke. He's brought Guilherme in at the right time and he had an impact. He didn't have an impact. He's a 19-year-old kid. It didn't work for him tonight. It didn't work for anyone tonight. So I'm not going to sit here and say, like, he's done the wrong thing in throwing Lewis Guilherme in because the alternative was start Carlos Soler on the left wing. And Carlos Soler coming at half time and did the square root of fuck all. So, like, at the end of the day, this is what Lucas and I are trying to say. Like, we're just trying to be realistic, looking at the players that played tonight and looking at the alternatives that you got in the squad. You whip Paqueta and Ward-Prowse out and you put Alvarez and Souček in there. The same fuckers that are complaining about Paqueta and Ward-Prowse are going to complain about Alvarez and Souček. And so we got a Mexican thug and a guy who can't pass in the middle of midfield. So there's no winning. Like, whoever you play, everyone's going to be unhappy. So you'll have a much better time throughout the rest of the season when you accept we are not very good at football. And it's going to be like that.
There are thousands upon thousands, actually probably millions of math equations that have never been solved. Right. And sometimes you've got to wait. It takes years to find the answer. And in my opinion, you're trying to find answers within a dead season that, like, it's just not gonna do anything. Like what Potter wants to do cannot come into effect until next year or this summer. It can't.
I think-
What answers are you trying to find?
I think
Are the answers even worth knowing?
yeah, but I think
What are you trying to find? That's my question.
Tell us all of your world's
what
problems,
answers
James.
are you trying to find?
I'm trying, Jay. What it is that when I look at tonight, I was expecting West Ham to turn up and give a good performance, and that first half was one of the worst first
I
halves.
was too. I had money
right,
on them tonight.
right. Well, you're fucking mad, right? Because there's never ever I was backing.
Takes
backing
long
West
to
Ham
know
tonight.
what.
Yeah, right. I know, right? But nevertheless, we could have easily been 3-0 down in that first half. And people keep forgetting that. They keep going about, oh, you know what, this, that, and the other. They hit the crossbar. They had another chance where Areola kept us in the game. Also, right? It's for me. I just feel like people are just masking over this because of the season. And I'm looking at this and thinking, you've had 17 days to sort out in your mind what team you're going to go
does
with.
this have going into next season or on the summer? None. It has none.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, there's a lot of disappointed West Ham fans going home tonight and spent a lot of money.
That I can
I mean?
agree.
Yeah.
That I can
Yeah.
agree with.
Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, whether it's a dead season or not, we're still supporters of this club, and you still want to see your team win. Like, I'm not being funny. No one's sitting here going, I don't want to sit here from now to the end of the season, see 8 games, and go, fuck me. Oh, you know what? Wait till the summer. Because no, that's not how it works. In my opinion, it really ain't. AD.
Yeah.
Jay, I'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah.
AD, give us your final thoughts, mate, before I let you go.
Yeah, I think we're wait for Bournemouth and wait for us to see Alvarez and Souček back in the side, because I think that's what we're gonna see now. We're gonna see Fulkrug, Bowen up top with the 5 at the back and the 3 midfielders that we see. I think at this point we've got to realize that we're not good enough to play a passing game and trying to create chances. We're not going to create loads of chances a game. We're much more of a good side defensively who can keep a clean sheet and nick a goal, and that's how we have to play till the end of the season, in my opinion. I see no other way, and that's our best chance of getting results. If we want results, then that's the way we should be playing.
Fair enough, AD. Take care of yourself, mate, and all the best to you.
Thank you, guys.
To have you back.
Cheers, mate.
Shout out to AD. Go on, Jay.
It was an interesting point you raised about the travelling supporters. Because again, I think we can all say, like, fair play to anyone who travelled up there tonight. I was in the ballot to try and get tickets, and I'm sitting here saying, thank fuck I was at home watching it and didn't travel all the way to Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
But like, that's what you do. We've all been amongst them. Like, we've all been travelling supporters, like all 3 of us. You don't travel because I want to see, because I want to see anything in particular. I travel because I'm a supporter of the club. So no matter what lineup we put out there, no matter what happens, I would get there. I would look at the lineup. Lucas and I would do this at a game and go, oh, I wouldn't have done this, wouldn't have done that. Let's have a beer and then just enjoy the day. And like, so if you're a traveling supporter, I think it goes deeper than going, oh, I don't want to see this. I'm insulted by X, Y, and Z. Yeah, granted, when you go away and you get slapped, and you feel like shit, but you still go out and you have a good day.
Yeah, but even
the club.
Even Sid says there, look at Sid. He's on the coach.
Yeah. And fair play to you, Sid. Like, fucking fair play to you, mate.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying, like, you do deserve more. But like, if you're a traveling supporter, you still go because you bleed the club. So I don't expect traveling supporters to just go, well, let's write the season off and not go. We're just being pragmatic about the actual quality of what we've got in front of us. I'll still turn up on Saturday. I'll still be at the game on Saturday, full well knowing it's going to be a complete snooze fest. And I'll enjoy myself before. There'll be 90 minutes that interrupts my nice day. And then I'll enjoy myself after the game. And I'm a supporter of the club. That's how it is.
And again, both in my opinion can be true. You can travel, support the club, but you can also be like, I mean, when you look at that lineup, like what can we do? That's shit. I mean, I don't think it's 100% wrong.
Ain't you worried though,
right.
Lucas? For me, I'll tell you how I feel. A little bit,
What are you worried about?
I am worried that people are pinning all our hopes on new signings to get to be better next season all of a sudden. And I look at some of these players that are currently in the side right now. Do I see a major clear out? I can see a few players going, but I think Ward-Prowse will be here next year. I think people like Paqueta, if he's not banned for life, he's going to be here next year. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you've been here quite a while now, Potter, and you pulled that one out tonight. Do you know what I mean? He got it wrong against Everton, right, away in the last game. We go 1-0 up and he bottled it to a point, and I said it on the stream after that. Tonight, he got it wrong from fucking minute one, literally minute one, and it was like a case of once they scored, and I say it all the time on here, and it's like I might just smash my face against that fucking wall, right? But once we go 1-0 down, we've got no firepower. Like, so you've got to be hard to beat in the first place, right? At the start. And when you've got no midfield, that's
Mate,
laughable.
We've got no
for me.
firepower when we go 1-0 up.
Yeah, but with going 1-0 up, yeah, you've got a lot more to sort of bargain with, yeah, and you're a lot more in the game, right? Even the commentator said it. 16 games now, West Ham have gone behind this season, and we haven't come back once, and that's a concern for me for next season. And Blue, the Grand National winner, I am Maximus, mate, or Stumpton. Just to let you know that. Right, any final words, lads? Because I was to wrap this up.
Anyone in the chat saying bring Mourinho? Oh, have a day off, honestly.
Please.
Just
We need
have a day off. Fucking hell. If you think the problems are bad now, wait till you watch Mourinho ball.
I'm not against Potter, but I think people need to listen. People need to seriously look at him tonight and go, Graham, you fucked up. Yeah, and dude, where's my midfielder? Is in production as we speak.
And I will say this, because as you all know, I'm a fair man. I'm passionate but fair, and I will give you this: if your biggest concern is that we're not going to buy enough players and we're going to keep a load of our players that we have now in the next season, I think that is a valid point. But
I'm concerned by it, Lucas.
I can tell.
I am. I'm fucking worried. I'm worried because I know how fucking Sullivan works.
We all do. So I'm validating you that opinion, because I can agree with that to a point. I just feel like with what Graham Potter's come into, with 2 managers worth of players that none of them are his. Literally, I think even if you want to count Souček, who he's been on record saying he was interested in at Brighton, Souček, Ferguson, like how many players really does Potter have that he fancies, he likes, he's interested in, like all that jazz? It's a tough situation, and it's a lot different than coming in the summer, having a full summer to get stuff down, rather than, okay, I just picked up this new job. I have a bunch of misfits and jackasses I got to deal with that have never played anywhere near the style of football that I'm trying to preach and coach and manage. It's going to be tough, but I just feel like AD said, I think both can be right, where like the team, the squad right now is just not good enough and the season's dead. And I just really don't think we're going to get the answers people are looking for until the summer.
Jay, final thought.
Yeah,
agree with it.
Yeah, but like again, like I say, you may not be buying it. We ain't fucking selling it. We're just sitting in amongst it. Like, we're just trying to help ourselves get to May, and then at Portman Road, whatever the result is, we'll play against an already relegated Ipswich. It'll be the worst game of football you've ever seen, and everyone will check out.
I watched that tonight.
Yeah, everyone would check out for 8 weeks, and we can sit and like focus on other things. If you got a garden, go out, do some gardening, go and get some fresh air, touch some grass, like do whatever, like just enjoy yourselves over the summer. All we got to do is get through the next 8 games.
Back horses.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be like a Grand National stream coming up. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. This is the place to be. Like look, I'm as disappointed. I'm as frustrated. I'm as I'm fed up with these lackluster performances, but I know they ain't getting better because we haven't got any improvements sat on the bench. The ones that would improve the team are not available. Kudus and Somerville are not available. So, like, what are we really supposed to do? So, look, save yourself a lot of hurt, save yourself a lot of heartache, touch some grass, and like everything's going to be fine. Don't worry.
My final thought is this before we make a move. Appreciate everyone who's come on tonight. All the boys who's come on at their side. And if anyone else ever wants to come on in the future, the link's there. Come on, have your say. Shout out to AD and all. For me, Potter got it majorly wrong tonight. Majorly wrong, and I just can't accept that. I'm sorry. 17 days. He's had prep work. He's had all sorts of work. He's got players on the bench. His bench was better than fucking some of the players on the pitch, and that's embarrassing for me. I expect West Ham to go to Wolves and not really lose, and they have tonight, and they've lost comfortably in the end. Really, we could have been done in the first half, 2 or 3-0 down. They hit the crossbar. Second half, we had a go, but we huff and we puff, and we just don't blow down the Wolves' house. against Bournemouth, I'm going to have to fucking see something, mate. I am concerned by this. I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to notice little things that I'm not liking, and I need to see something like Potter do something with some of these players.
I'll tell you this:
Like,
you're not going to see a result.
well, you know, fucking maybe I'm being too optimistic, but yeah, I mean, you've got to be optimistic. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? Do you know what I'm saying? Smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, hit notification bell and all that. If you want to be a member, become a member. I'm going to do a Grand National tips video this week. And yeah, listen, it's been shit. But you know what I mean, the summer's coming. Have a cocktail, get some sunshine, fucking pina colada, and love life. Do you know what I mean? I really do not give a shit. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you to all the boys. Smash a like on the video. We are out of here. Bish bash bosh. What a picture.